Hey, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us. Welcome to Teacher Librarian Day. Well, you'll be creating a learning oasis for the next week. We all know it's been so hard to be an educator this past few years. So we're really delighted that you've chosen to share your limited time with us to reinvigorate and re-energize and reimagine your teaching practices through all these resources made available to you this week. I went ahead and put it on a slider behind me so you don't have to watch my ugly mug the whole time. Hopefully you can get some ideas from these primary sources in the slides. But this week is brought to you by the TPS Western Region. It's a grant funded by the Library of Congress, and our mission is really to get the word out about LOC resources, the millions of digitized primary sources that the Library of Congress holds as the cultural history of America. With the TPS regional program, we offer up to $25,000 to organizations looking to integrate Library of Congress primary sources and strategies into existing programs. So reach out if you're interested in that, and also reach out if you have any questions about teaching with primary sources, using primary sources in the classroom, etc. Real quick, I'd like to just say thank you to some of our partners. First, the Library of Congress for providing funding and ushering in education to the 21st century through the TPS program. Thank you to the entire professional learning and outreach initiative staff, and especially the director, Leanne Potter, who will be presenting on Thursday, TPS program director, Vivian Awume, and educational resource specialist, Stacy Motes, who have really helped the TPS program expand and become so influential that it is today. Thank you, MSU Denver, for being our home for the last 18 years. Thank you to Celeste Archer and Kile Clabaugh with the National History Day in Colorado, as well as the Colorado Student Leaders Institute for partnering with TPS on a huge number of different teacher trainings throughout the year, providing huge prizes for the Goose Chase. They'll be giving away 3 Chromebooks and 2 printers for the Goose Chase scavenger hunts. And they'll also be hosting a Wednesday brown bag session having to do with thesis statements. So that should be good. Check that out. Thank you as well to Kent Wellman and Lessons on Local Government. They ensure that Colorado kids understand civics in a real deep, local, community-driven way. And it shows that it's an active endeavor and to get students involved with their local communities. Kent Wellman also provided a $100 gift card for the Goose Chase scavenger hunt. So thank you to him for that. And he will be hosting a brown bag session on Thursday having to do with using your local government. Thank you to all the Colorado partners and TPS Consortium resource posters and the TPS Western Region team, Peggy, Crystal, Michelle, Laura, Cindy, Sherry, Raleigh, Kelly, Keith, thank you so much for all the work that's put into TLD. And thank you all for coming. Longtime TLDers and newcomers alike. So for some housekeeping, everything will be available on the Whova conference platform. So if you need to find anything, go to the Whova, the TLD website on Whova. Use the messaging system to connect with colleagues, keep an eye out for announcements, for updates and any changes, and check out the resource posters under the agenda tab, and then resources to learn about TPS program partners, as well as Colorado partners, and all the amazing teaching resources and strategies that they have to offer. And for Colorado educators as well, there's a number of upcoming Colorado PD opportunities that are available to you. So check out the resources posters section for that. The agenda is going to be your place where you're going to find all of the session times and links to recordings and things like that. So every day so here's just a quick rundown of the agenda. Every day we're going to start with a morning mojo session at 7:30 to 8 a.m. Mountain Time. All recorded sessions will be released during the day, including the brown bags at like 11, and then other sessions throughout the afternoon that we've planned out. Live keynotes will be held every evening from 5 to 6:30 p.m. Mountain Time. And again, they'll be recorded and posted afterwards. And just a quick overview of the keynotes. Monday, the TPS Western Region team will be talking about how to teach first ladies and presidents. Tuesday will be Dr. William Way, and he'll be speaking about Who's an American, People of Color and the Law. Also note that Dr. William Way's book, Becoming Colorado, the Centennial State in 100 Objects, is available to you at a 40% discount from the publisher. So check out his session description if you want more information on that. Wednesday, we'll be joining John Mclean, who's an author and journalist. He wrote a book called Home Waters, A Legacy Renewed, and he'll be talking about place-based strategies and storytelling and things like that. Thursday, you can join Leanne Potter from the Library of Congress to discover a primary source oasis using the Library of Congress collections. And then Friday, we have Sarah Westbrook from the Right Question Institute, who will be joining us and talking about unlearning good questions to create space for students to ask great ones. Also, please join us with the Goose Chase games to engage with primary source strategies and resources, as well as have a chance to win those Chromebooks and printers and that $100 gift card that I mentioned from LOLG and National History Day. There will also be LOC book packs and more giveaways throughout the Goose Chase. So be sure to sign up for that. There's more information on the one pager. And if you have any questions on signing up for Goose Chase, just shoot us an email or something and we'll get you signed up. So we're happy to offer 15 continuing education contact hours this year at TLD. So we'll track your time spent during the week. And then at the end, you'll fill out a reflection to log your time. And this will be posted at the end of the conference survey in Whova, as well as sent out via email. So that'll probably be Friday or Saturday morning when that gets sent out. Since much of the information will be recorded too, we'll keep the forum up for at least 30 days beyond TLD so that you have a chance to engage with all the sessions and get your hours in. And just, as we begin to explore resources for TLD, I think I'd like you to keep in mind a couple of things to really maximize your learning. I found this quote from Jonathan Kozol, he's a writer and educator. He once wrote that child ought to have at least a few entitlements that aren't untangled or that aren't entangled with utilitarian considerations. One of them should be the right to a degree of unencumbered satisfaction in the sheer delight and goodness of existence in itself. And though it can be argued that inquiry, that we focus on a lot here at Teaching with Primary Sources, that it could be argued that inquiry comes with plenty of utilitarian considerations. But I'd also like to think that inquiry can provide satisfaction and delight through the existence of those that came before us, those that are now, and those that have yet to come. So as you're listening and learning about teaching with primary sources throughout TLD, think about not just your role as an educator, but also think about your own passions and activities that bring you satisfaction and delight. And think about your classroom too. How might your classroom reflect those satisfactions? How does your classroom bring delight and how does your classroom bring satisfaction and delight to your own students, and how might primary sources help aid in the discovery of delight for your students as well. And the last thing I want to say is be selfish. Use, adapt, and steal whatever works best for you and your situation and your students, and then throw away the rest. Not everything at TLD will be applicable to you, and that's okay. Share what you think is good and listen to the recordings whenever you're able, whether you're cooking dinner or riding a bus. We're happy that you're able to join us, and we hope that you can learn some interesting things and on-roads to teaching with primary sources. And we really just hope that you have a good time. And again, if you have any questions about anything, feel free to email us, shoot us a text, hit us up on Twitter, and check out those one-pagers to help you get set up with Goose Chase as well as Whova. So thank you again. Look forward to learning with you this week.